Hello everyone. Well, for today's video, I'm going to fulfill a request that I've had several times over the last month or two, and that is to do another food review video. But before we get into that, I wanted to say thank you for subscribing to my channel, those of you who do. I have now reached over 20,000 subscribers, and that is incredible and awesome. And I thank you guys for that. I thank you for watching my videos and encouraging me and giving me ideas, because you are the reason that I do this. So I'm very, very happy to have reached that number. So thank you. Now let's see what kind of goodies we have for today. We went to the store, grocery shopping, so I picked up some things that were in there. Things that I had not necessarily tried before or even seen before. So the first is a set of snacks. And they are called Snaps. And this is dried tomatoes. Very interesting. This is crunchy raisins. Again, something I've never had before. Crunchy apples with cinnamon. Sounds pretty good. And lastly, crunchy grilled zucchini. When I saw that, I just had to get it, just so I could see what it tasted like. So I like grilled zucchini, but I've never had it out of a green bag before. So let's see. We'll be trying these. Very crinkly bags. Then I also got some things from the bulk food section of the store. So they're just in these typical clear plastic bags that you would buy something like that in. And these are cookies shaped like stars. Some of them are dipped in chocolate and some of them are dipped in peanut butter. That sounded delicious. And then this is a bag of sorted, fruits, snacks. There's some like M&M chocolate candies in here. And some dried bananas. So hopefully there'll be some nice textures here as well. So that's what we have. I'm going to start out with the safest thing, which is the dried apples. Shouldn't be that different from things I've had before. This bag is making a lot of really loud noises, so I'm going to try to minimize that. Hopefully it's not blasting your eardrums out. I'm just going to cut into it here. Okay, let's see what these look like. Okay, pretty much what you would expect dried apples to look like. So we'll put these up over here on this side. And next we'll go with the next safest, which is the dried crunchy raisins. Definitely smell them. They smell really good. There's a few more in there. Okay. They don't necessarily look the most appealing, but they do smell really good. And then next we're going to have the dried tomatoes. There's a lot in there. They must sell them by weight, so these are a lot lighter than these are. And then finally, dried grilled zucchini. Okay. So this looks very interesting. A lot of different textures. Some of it looks like you would expect, kind of like dried apples. And these look very withered and kind of like good Halloween food. Kind of scary looking. So let's start with the dried raisins. Those intrigue me. They smelled really good. See how crunchy they really are. Not very crunchy. Chewy, definitely. Tastes like raisins. Tastes good. But it clearly says crunchy raisins. It's like when you first bite into it, you almost expect it to be crunchy. But then it gives way and it's just chewy on the inside. It sticks in your teeth a lot. Again, tastes really good. And they're basically dehydrated raisins, which are dehydrated grapes. So they're not quite as chewy as normal raisins. Or like they're more chewy, they're not quite as soft as normal raisins, which makes them more chewy. So we'll come back to those. So let's try the apples. Again, not so much on the crunchy side. I think I was expecting something much more along the lines of freeze-dried fruit, which has a little bit more of an airy texture and definitely has a crunch to it. These look like they've been more just plain old dehydrated, which can often lead to something being kind of chewy. It's a nice basic flavor. I'm not picking up a whole lot of cinnamon. It's basically just dried apples, which isn't bad, but not a strong cinnamon flavor at all. So let's move on to the dried tomatoes. Trying to pick a good one. This one looks pretty good. Now that has more of a crunch to it. It's a really nice tomatoey flavor. It's not great after eating apple, but once I get the apple flavor out of my mouth, nice. Kind of what you owned it to expect. To be on top of a pizza or something like that. It's a more of a meaty flavor. It doesn't quite have the sweetness of, say, a sun-dried tomato. But I like the flavor. Yeah, I think these would be nice to have at a Halloween party, along with like the pretzels and the chips and stuff, because you wouldn't necessarily put it with the sweet snacks. Much more like with the cheeses or something like that. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Okay, now let's try the grilled zucchini. You can see it actually has grill marks on it. Tastes like zucchini. Yeah, it's nice. Pretty mild flavor. Doesn't knock your socks off. This is a pretty heavy flavor with the tomatoes. The zucchini is much milder. But very easy to eat. Chews up quickly, gives you a nice flavor. Kind of melts in your mouth a little bit. And then kind of just dissolves. I think the grilling does add to the flavor a little bit. Those are good. Also not super salty, if salty at all. Maybe just a little bit. Let's see here. So it's fat-free, gluten-free, peanut-free, 30 calories. No sodium, so there's no salt at all. Fiber. Fiber is pretty much the only thing that's in here. There's no vitamin A or C or calcium or iron. 2 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber, and 1 gram of fiber, and 6 grams of carbohydrates. So pretty healthy overall. No sugars to speak of, or artificial sugars, and no salt. Nice finger size. Yeah. Well, surprisingly, I think my least favorite is the raisins, only for the fact that I was hoping they would actually be crunchy. I thought that would be unique. And kind of make the flavor burst in your mouth. As it is, they kind of just get stuck between your teeth and hang out there, kind of just gumming up everything. The apples were okay, pretty basic. And not very crunchy. So, surprisingly, tomatoes and the zucchini are quite good. I would definitely recommend them. Let's see. Tomatoes have a ton of vitamin C, 25%, 2% iron, 1% calcium, 1% vitamin A, 8 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of fiber, 6 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. So, but again, no salt, no cholesterol, no fats. Good kind of snack. I think these would be good, kind of as a replacement for the beef jerky that I eat. They kind of help me not eat a lot of chips and starchy foods. I think these would be an excellent substitute because they have the same kind of umami, meaty, proteiny flavor that beef jerky does. And just a little kick of sweetness. That's nice. Okay. Well, now let's move on to the other things that I bought. Okay, so now let's see what else we have here. I'm going to start with these cookies. I'm really anxious to see what they taste like. We only got a scoopful, but that's quite a bit. Okay. Now let's see the trail mix stuff that we got. I think I'm going to leave this in the bag. So there's a ton of little bitty pieces in here. Just kind of smooth it down like this. Okay. So there's all kinds of little bitty things in here. There's dried bananas. It's like little sesame stick things. Those are always ubiquitous in a trail mix. There's some peanuts. This little bitty seed here, I'm not sure what that is. Then you have your M&M type chocolate bits. And these look like something like peanuts covered or something. So, and then these, I'm not sure what these are. But I'm going to try the cookies first. Start with a peanut butter star. You can see it's a kind of a white cookie. Maybe like a butter cookie covered in peanut butter. Very nice, very sweet. Now let's try the chocolate star. Nice, kind of a dark chocolate. A little bit of a bitterness to it, but not too much. I mean, it's definitely a sweet chocolate, but I don't think it's milk chocolate either. Those are really nice. Good sweet snack. Okay, now let's try the trail mix. A drink of water here to cleanse my palate. Yeah, definitely a sesame flavor with those. Not super crunchy. A little bit. Okay. Then we'll try these things, see what they are. They're like an extruded fruit. They don't look all that great. No real crunch to them. Not a whole lot of flavor either. Maybe some like figs. That's what I'm thinking. And of course we have the dried banana chips. Those are always good. Have a nice crunch to them. And then we have these peanuts covered in, I'm assuming, something sweet. Maybe a little bit of honey. I'm not sure. It's kind of just generally sweet. Then we have the chocolate candies. Candy coating always has a very delicate crunch to it. I'm going to take another drink of water. Much better. And then we have these seeds, which I guess are sunflower seeds. Kind of big to be sunflower seeds though, but maybe. I don't think they're sunflower seeds. I think they're too big, and they taste slightly different than sunflower seeds. So if you recognize what kind of seeds those are, please leave it in the comments so I know. So, since trail mix is meant to be eaten all together, let's get a little bit of each thing. Yeah. All kind of blends together. It's a nice flavor. It seems like this is rather high in calories, so it's not something you would necessarily eat for a snack at work, especially if you're sitting down at a computer all day. But if you're hiking on a trail and needed energy, definitely has a lot of carbohydrates in it, sugars, as well as some protein. So that would be pretty good. But it's really heavy in the flavors. I didn't know that you could eat a lot of that. But these are awesome. Definitely recommend these for a dessert. Peanut butter is heavily sweetened, so it's much more like a Reese's Pieces or Reese's Cup type of peanut butter. Let's try them both together. Very nice. Well, this has been enjoyable. I like all the different flavors that were represented not only in these, but in the other dried fruits and vegetables. Definitely need to keep drinking water. These are very sweet. They're very good. And I think I've definitely consumed enough calories just in these alone for today. So thank you for watching. And again, thank you for subscribing to my channel. 20,000 of you are awesome. And the others of you who will subscribe in the future, you're awesome too. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.